I've had people on TikTok say, why are you selling it? It should be free. When I first went viral in 2024, saying that we need to wash more often, when I say people was on me. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are here to talk about hair. I have been gone, but I am back. Y'all had so much issues going on with storage, but we are back, and we have, as you can see, it's a lot better quality. We'll get into that later. First of all, not us having 623 or 39, I think it's 639 comments on TikTok. I can show you right here. We are having the best conversation talking about hair. The main subject that we were talking about was, what was the advice that you wish you would have had back in your days when you were just learning about going natural, you were just trying to figure it out, like something that just would have helped you just get where you're trying to go instead of having to mess up and then start all the way over like we all have to do. So the question that got the ball rolling was, what was some advice that you wish you would have got when you first started going natural? Because we all have had that time where we had to go and start over. Our hair broke off. I personally had healthy, full, long hair after maybe about 4 years, like, you know, struggling, because at first during my natural journey when I was a kid, got a perm in like 7th, 8th grade, broke off. By 2014 I was back natural, haven't had a perm since, but I did go through a phase where it just wasn't growing like I wanted it to around 2018. So that's when I started wearing wigs, and then on up into 2020, 2022, that's when my hair was longer, but then I ended up dyeing it, and then big chop in 2023, and then here we are today. To join that conversation, go ahead and go on my TikTok. My TikTok is the same as my Instagram, Sarah Danielle Marshall. It's going to be in the pin. I'm gonna show you, the video is pinned, so you can go share your experience, share even advice. If you have different tips you want to give, please give them, because everything is going to be free gems on there. There are so many girls that are helping me out with stuff, I'm telling you, because we don't gatekeep over here, okay? If you have any questions, you can DM me, you can write me on TikTok, you can reply to one of my comments, or you can type down here on the comment section if you have questions. But we are going to talk about hair today, and we're going to try to help as much as I can, because I know I need to go live soon, but I feel like this video will be good because you can just go back and watch it, and we'll talk about how I can get y'all on the, you know, get the ball rolling. But if you really want to get the entire package to where you don't have to go and piece together, because that's the one thing about when it comes to selling a hair guide. I've had people on TikTok say, why are you selling it? It should be free. And I understand what they're saying. I know where it's coming from, but at the same time, think about all the free information that they can go get to take care of their hair without watching my videos or without buying my hair guide, right? And at the end of the day, you're still here trying to see about how to grow your hair, even though there's free knowledge you can go get right now. Because the key difference is that free knowledge is going to take you piecing hundreds of different videos, hundreds of different articles, putting them together, trying to think about how many layers it takes with hair growth. You have your consistent hair routine, you have your products, you have hair porosity, you have the different new age things that we have now, like the steamers, where you sit under the steamer and let your hair steam. We have the aloe vera mask, we have flaxseed gel, we have a lot of stuff that now is like it would take you years or maybe months to really just get that together, especially because hair isn't one size fits all. If it was, it would be that simple. If it was something just like scientific, this is a fact, which hair is scientific, but if I was just able to give you something scientific that works for every person, no matter what your race, nationality, hair, it would make more sense to just like, hey, this one thing is going to apply to everybody, but it doesn't. So that's why I wanted to get y'all something that you can actually take these tools. Everybody can have the same guide, but go in your own pacing, and you'll end up going on your own path in your own direction, and it'll work. I'm telling y'all, it took me, and that's the thing, when they say that, they don't realize it took me 2 years just to be able to come up with this guide and make sure that it is facts, it is the truth, and it's going to work. I can't just put something out and charge for it and then just be like, oh yeah, it's gonna work. I didn't really do nothing with it. I didn't really take no time with it. I just threw something together. No, I had to cut all my hair off, grow it back, go through the routine, spend money on products, do different things, try different things, and this is where I'm at, and I'm able to now do all the hard work and then now just make it easy for you by putting it in one guide. So if you do want that guide will be linked below. My hair guide is called From Roots to Ends. It is $12.27, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it is worth the money. And the one thing about it, those who go ahead and buy it, as I find new gems and new things that I'm learning now to grow our hair, y'all are gonna get those for free. So trust me, it is worth the money. And then you also get the free recommendation guide that you can download as well. A lot of the things that I got questions about was mainly how to get your hair longer, how to come up with a regimen. Most people told me in the comments, most of my besties told me they don't have a consistent routine, which is normal. I didn't up until 2 years ago. It wasn't just as consistent as it needed to be. And making sure that they have the best products. So when you're confused on your hair journey, it's really because you don't know a lot about your hair. That's the main thing. When somebody says, hey, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, can you help? I don't know how to grow my hair. And it's like, and I ask, hey, and I want y'all to write this down too. Y'all remember, y'all write y'all pen and write this down. So the questions that I ask on TikTok are, what's your goals and what is your struggles with your natural hair? That makes it easy for me to tell you which lane you need to go in, because y'all all not gonna go in the same lane, okay? So if I say, what's your goals, what's your struggles, tell me like, hey, I want to grow my hair waist length, or I want to get my hair a little thicker, or I want to try to get my split ends more consistently, cut. Okay. Or you want to make sure that, let's say by the end of these 6 months, my hair has little to no split ends. Cool. And then with your struggles, you would say, let's say, okay, I deal with a lot of dryness, I deal with a lot of shedding. My hair has been at the same length for 3 years and it's not going anywhere. Or, I can't figure out how to style it. Once I hear those things, my brain just starts churning. It's like, okay, now I know what you may need and what you may need to do. And I'm always gonna tell you to start with being consistent. It sounds like, okay, duh, but it's the easiest part. Nobody does it. The hardest part, people do the hardest part first. And I've noticed that anytime I get to know people and get to know their hair, they do the hardest part first, which is spending buku money on products, and then it's like a waste, or you feel like it's a waste because you might have just bought something that wasn't technically for you. You just went off of what you may have saw online, or somebody told you, hey, I use this. It's not a one size fits all. So you have to start with the hard part, which is learning your hair. And it's tedious when you don't know the steps and you have to go read this and take a screenshot and put it in. You just like, it's just overwhelming. So that's why I made the guide to where you can just go in a row and just be like, okay, I've done this. Once we started getting consistent, then that's when we're gonna start making sure that we already are aware of our hair texture and our hair porosity. Those are the two of the main things that I like to start with. It's just knowing your hair type, your hair texture. They're very similar, so I would say more like hair texture and porosity. Now, I was told a few weeks ago on TikTok that your hair porosity isn't really necessary. It doesn't really matter as far as what it is. And some people agree to, but it's like, I'm not gonna say it's just the absolute, just, if you couldn't figure it out without it. But I would say it makes it a lot easier, and I feel like it's necessary because once I figured out how my hair, because really all porosity is, and I had a question today about this because some people don't even know what porosity is, so let me start there. Porosity is how well your hair absorbs moisture and water. So low porosity hair, if you stick your hair under the water and it's just running through it, like just not even getting wet, it takes it a little longer. Low porosity. If you have high porosity, medium porosity, you stick your hair in the water, drenched almost immediately. So that's the one way to tell, okay, it's gonna take me a little more work to get my hair wet with being low porosity versus if it was high porosity, which also means that those products are not gonna fit your hair if you are low porosity or high porosity, because it may make it to where your hair is more way down. I've had products where my curls just seemed like they were like, oh my God, like that was my curl pattern. And it wasn't that, it's just that the product is just a little bit heavier than what my hair needs. My hair is a little more fine. This is my hair after it's been washed and put the product in. I did a finger coil, but there are some products that weigh it down. There you can just go in a row and say, okay, I've done this, now let's go to the next step. That's how I wanted it to be easy for you, because it wasn't that easy for me. Now, honestly, I still give a lot of free gems, a lot of them, but the key thing is that the operation of how you're going to use this is where you're going to end up struggling at without it. And it's okay to do it if you want to do it on your own. You don't have to get the guide, but it's just gonna be a little bit harder. It may take a little bit longer because you gotta go piece everything together that is free and then just figure it out on your own, versus those who have the guide, it'll just be simple. And after you know your hair porosity, we got what texture we are, then that's when we can start going into, okay, now we can narrow down what products are going to do a little better for our hair. So me personally, I do have a product recommendation list that has all the products that I've used personally as a low porosity girly, and I'm also in the process of learning high porosity girlies so I can help everybody, not just low porosity. But for the low porosity girlies, I use Pattern Beauty. My favorite is the Palo Santo line, love it down. And I love the Donna's Recipe Sweet Potato Extra Creamy line. It has So many benefits. It smells so good. I actually wash my hair with that line. That's why this is the washing oil that came from that. And I first started using For You by Tia when I cut my hair. This is just like a first learning, and I use the clarifying shampoo. That's another thing when it comes to products. I recommend you start, when it comes to your shampooing, since we're talking about products, get a clarifying shampoo. It doesn't have to be a shampoo that you use every day, because it is trying to strip. Let's say your hair is super dirty, that's what it's for, but you can get a clarifying shampoo and get a moisturizing shampoo. The moisturizing shampoo is one you're going to use a little bit more than the clarifying shampoo, but you want to try to get a clarifying shampoo in. At least like rotate them out, like clarifying, moisturizing, you know, maybe do moisturizing twice, then clarifying, because you want to go in with that, because that's going to get that really deep clean and keep your pores clean. When I first went viral in 2024, I think it was 2024, for saying that we need to wash more often, when I say people was on me, like, girl, no, you're wrong. There was like, dirt has grown my hair. I mean, honestly, yes, your hair is gonna grow dirty because you're alive. You have live cells in your body. Your hair is going to grow. Everything is going to grow, like, on your body. But it's just the fact that the rate it's growing, and then when you wash it and get it at a state where it's time to blow dry it, and you're looking at the actual, let's see where it's at health, you may have split ends up to no end, and then the stylist is gonna choop, 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 and you're gonna end up coming out with a bob, because you feel like, okay, well, if it was growing dirty, why is it like this? It's because your pores are clogged, and then also if you don't have that routine, if you're not trimming often as well, that's another thing we're gonna talk about. You have to make sure you're keeping your ends trimmed. And that's why I said the consistent routine of doing those things is what's gonna grow your hair. Once I actually found those products, I stuck in that realm of products. Now, if I am an advocate for trying new things, y'all gonna always see on Instagram, I may try new products, and trust me, you're gonna see them in my lineup, especially the ones that I like the most and the ones that I feel like really did my hair very well. And I also said I was gonna start talking about the ones that may not be for me, but could be for you. So when it comes to those products, you wanna just make sure that you're giving it a chance to work. Don't just buy a product and then a week later be like, yeah, or like a month later be like, eh. And then you have to ask yourself, if it's not working, okay, let's say you say that these products don't work for me. Ask yourself this question: did you do everything you could, have a routine, making sure you're keeping your hair moisturized? You did all the steps you need that we just talked about, and the product still doesn't work. Then you're like, yeah, we can move it to the side. But if you did not do the work to make sure you were being consistent, you really can't say that product didn't work. It may just be you didn't give it time, or maybe you were using it wrong. So we went over almost all the things that you would need to do to have a consistent routine. We talked about hair porosity, and then we're going to talk about trims. Make sure you trim at least 3 to 4 months, I recommend. Now, when it comes to a big chop, if you're big chopping, this may be different for transitioning. Big chopping, I didn't really need to do that because my hair is still at a point where it's trying to get some type of length. I want to say around January 2024. Or 2024, 2025. I think it was January 2024. I did my first trim after like a year or so, and then after that it was 6 months, and then I started, once I got that length, I was able to do every 3 or 4 months. I want to say I just did a trim, so it's gonna be a little bit before I do another, maybe November, December before I do another one, or maybe wait till January. But you can wait a little longer depending on how you're taking care of your hair and everything like that. So trims are important. I know sometimes you don't want to see the length go, but just give it a few weeks, give it a month for me, and you're gonna see a lot of that trying to come back. Most of the basics of what we were in the group chat talking about, there's so many different things in there. I could talk all day. There's so many different just helpful tips that people are going back to that we used to do when we were kids. Blue Magic, there's so many different things in there. So y'all make sure y'all go to my TikTok and y'all go look at that and just get some things that you want to jot down. If you have questions, you can write me here, you can DM me, you can do whatever. I'm definitely gonna be reading them. I stayed up till, I think I was on TikTok for like an hour today, just responding to people. I love doing that. I love just talking to everybody, just having a conversation, everybody able to get their questions answered, because I know what that feels like, to really just want somebody to just answer your question and just really help you. And trust me, I know that's why I want to make sure that I'm that person that's going to be able to help. That's why I try to keep myself, up to date knowledge, just trying to learn. And I did it through my own experience. Just to recap, we're going to make sure that we are focusing on the consistency and learning your hair, your texture, your porosity, making sure that you trim, and making sure you know what products you're going to use, the order you're going to use them in, whether it's LCO or LOC. you will know once you learn and do the hair porosity test and things like that. And thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications if you do not want to miss another video, y'all. I'm going to also be letting y'all know how my phone is doing. I do have a new phone. I did get the 17 Pro Max in the cosmic orange. I'm so excited. I'm actually filming on it right now. As y'all can see, we got the orange one. I didn't get to go to the opening it because there was an issue that happened where I was charged for 2 of these and I got 2 of them, so I had to take it to the store and I couldn't open it because if I opened it and I had the wrong one open, then I would have had to pay like a fee. It's a lot to it and I didn't want to have to pay extra, so I didn't know which one went with my actual iCloud, so I was like, let me let y'all do that. I'm patient. I ain't trying to spend more money than I had to, okay? But I did get this in the terabyte, y'all. So this is we're gonna see how it goes, how the quality is, the zoom and everything, especially like going places. Let's say I go to another concert, see how well we get that zoom. I'm gonna be letting y'all know all the tech stuff. I'm really into technology. I really need to start doing content on that. But this is definitely a super good investment, I would say, for me personally, because I do content and I want the best quality possible. I want to have enough storage to where I can be on here every week for y'all. That's why I've been gone so long. It's not because I didn't want to be on YouTube, y'all. It was just a lot trying to store, delete. It was a lot. So I made sure I said, when I get the opportunity, I'm going to get the terabyte. I've always gotten the 128. Content creators can't do 128. I really should have got the 2 terabyte, but it's okay. We're gonna see how one does, okay? But so far I liked it. Y'all gonna see a lot of it on pictures. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's all of my handles are Sarah Danielle Marshall. I think the only ones that are different are no, I just changed my Twitter to Sarah Danielle Marshall. I think it might be, it's either Say Marshall or Sarah Danielle Marshall. Snapchat Sarah Danielle Marshall, YouTube Sarah Danielle Marshall, Instagram Sarah Danielle Marshall, TikTok Sarah Danielle Marshall, and I want to say my Facebook has for years been just Sarah Marshall. So it's all gonna be linked, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.